Life does not spare anyone from struggle. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, hardship will visit your door. It shows up as loss, failure, rejection, or obstacles that seem unfair. When difficulties arrive, most people react with frustration, self-pity, or anger. But some find a way to use the same difficulties to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. This is the essence of a timeless teaching, that adversity is not your enemy, but your teacher. Before we explore how to turn your own struggles into strength, take a moment to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss future videos like this. Together, we're creating a space where ancient wisdom becomes a practical guide for living a calmer, stronger, and more intentional life. One of the most powerful ideas to survive across time is that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond. Hardship may strip away comfort, but it also strips away illusions. It reveals what we truly value, what we truly believe, and what we are truly capable of. When life takes something from you, it is also handing you a chance to discover parts of yourself you didn't know existed. Pain forces you inward, and in that inward turning, you meet your character, sometimes for the first time. This shift begins with a simple but radical mindset. Stop labeling everything that happens as good or bad. You can't control the weather, the economy, or other people's behavior, but you can control your judgments. Hardship feels like an enemy because we judge it as unfair. But when you release the judgment and look at the event itself, you may see it differently. A lost job can become the start of a new calling. A heartbreak can teach you self-respect. A failure can reveal weaknesses you need to strengthen. Nothing changes on the outside, but everything changes inside when you stop fighting reality and start learning from it. Hardship also trains you in patience. In a world obsessed with speed, patience is a superpower. When things go wrong, patience keeps you from making reckless decisions. It allows time for the initial pain to pass so you can see clearly. Patience isn't passive, it's active endurance. It's a quiet confidence that storms pass and wounds heal. And as you practice patience, you discover another secret. Strength doesn't always look like force. Sometimes strength looks like stillness, like breathing through discomfort, like staying steady when everything around you is shaking. Another way to turn struggle into strength is to practice control where control is possible. You can't control outcomes, but you can control your effort. You can control your choices, your habits, and your responses. This is where your true power lies. When life feels overwhelming, bring your focus back to the smallest controllable thing: your breath, your next action, your inner dialogue. This focus grounds you. It gives you agency even in chaos. It builds a kind of mental muscle that no one can take from you. Hardship is also a test of values. When everything is easy, it's simple to be kind, honest, and disciplined. But when you're tired, stressed, or hurting, your true values are revealed. Will you keep your integrity when no one is watching? Will you stay compassionate when others are cruel? Will you stay disciplined when excuses are easy? Hardship is a mirror. It shows you where your character is solid and where it's still fragile. If you treat hardship as training instead of punishment, every challenge becomes an opportunity to become the kind of person you admire. Another lesson from this mindset is learning to separate what belongs to you from what does not. Your thoughts, your choices, your character, these are yours. Other people's opinions, external events, chance, these are not. Most suffering comes from confusing the two. You worry about things you can't control and neglect the things you can. When you make this distinction clear in your mind, you become lighter. Problems still come, but they no longer crush you. You stand firm because you are standing on what is truly yours. This way of thinking doesn't remove pain, it transforms it. You begin to see each obstacle as part of your path, not an interruption of it. A setback in your career is no longer a sign you're doomed, but a moment to grow stronger and smarter. A betrayal from a friend becomes a lesson in self-reliance and discernment. A personal loss deepens your empathy for others. Life's blows become the chisel that shapes your character. Practical exercises help too. When hardship strikes, pause and ask, what can I learn here? What's within my control right now? How can I act in alignment with my values, even in this difficulty? These questions shift you from victim to student, from helplessness to agency. They don't make the problem disappear, but they make you bigger than the problem. Over time, you stop dreading difficulties and start meeting them with a kind of quiet readiness. Think of the strongest people you admire. Almost all of them have known hardship. Their calm, their courage, their compassion were forged in challenge. They didn't become who they are by avoiding struggle. They became who they are by facing it. You have that same potential. Hardship is not a sign of weakness. It's a training ground for strength you didn't know you had. This is not about denying your feelings. Pain hurts, loss wounds. Allow yourself to grieve, to feel, to be human. But don't stay stuck there. Use the energy of pain to build something inside you. Patience, clarity, courage, self-control, wisdom. Every hardship you endure can leave you either bitter or better. The choice is yours. The circumstances are not, but your response always is. And here's the quiet reward of living this way: freedom. When you stop demanding that life be easy, you stop being thrown off balance when it isn't. You carry your peace with you. You trust yourself more. You fear less. Hardship still visits you, but now it finds you prepared. You've turned what was once a burden into a source of power. As you move forward, remember this: you are not fragile. You have survived every hard day you've ever had. Inside you is a strength you haven't even met yet. Hardship is not here to break you. It's here to introduce you to that strength. Start practicing now. The next time something doesn't go your way, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, what's within my control? How can I use this to grow? And then take one small step in that direction. Over time, these small steps build an unshakable character. Thank you for watching. If this message resonates with you, subscribe to this channel to keep exploring how timeless wisdom can guide us through modern challenges. Together, we'll keep learning how to turn struggles into strength, hardships into lessons, and obstacles into stepping stones toward a calmer, stronger, freer life.